A fair trade agreement, two key nations. India calls it a landmark moment. Who gains, who doesn't, and what does it mean? Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese announced that his country's free trade agreement with India has been passed in their parliament. What's in store for both India and Australia? What does it mean for both the nations, and who benefits from the agreement? We'll explain in this video. India and Australia had signed an interim free trade deal in April this year. But with the passing of the free trade agreement, the Australian Parliament has paved the way for strong bilateral trade between the two countries. For one, the deal is extremely crucial for both the nations. For Australia, as they want to diversify exports from China. Relations between the two countries are strained over Beijing's increasing dominance in the South Pacific Ocean. At the same time, China is also involved in territorial disputes with India along the Himalayan frontiers from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh. In such a scenario, both the countries would like to hit where it hurts, and that is the economy. So what exactly is Australia gaining? According to Australia, the agreement will help secure them a foothold in the world's fastest growing economy and enable Australian businesses to unlock or expand their operations in a market of nearly 1.5 billion consumers. According to the deal, India will offer preferential access to Australia on over 70% of its tariff lines. Australia will be looking forward to exporting mostly raw materials such as coal, mineral ores and wines. Coming to the very important question, and that is, what does India gain out of this? Under the agreement, Australia will offer zero duty access to India for about 96% of its export from day one. Many of these products currently attract 4 to 5% customs duty in Australia. Labor-intensive industries in India such as gems and jewelry, textiles, leather and footwear, furniture, food and agricultural products, automobiles, railway wagons, medical devices and engineering products will benefit the most. Australia hopes that with this agreement, Indian goods will become competitive and cheaper in their market and replace Chinese products in the long run. Union Minister Piyush Goyal has gone out to say that after this deal, visas for Indian chefs and yoga instructors, along with the assurance that every child who goes from India to Australia will be given an opportunity for employment there. STEM graduates and doctoral will get 4 years of work visa in Australia, and the postgraduates will get 3 years of work visa. Speaking on the deal, Goyal also said that the IT sector could be the biggest gainer. He said that if the current tax goes away, which will now, we can see a quantum jump in their businesses with Australia. Pharma industry will get a big boost too, because medicines which have already gone through a rigorous approval mechanism and process from the US and the UK will have a pathway of fast-track mechanism to get approval in the Australian regulatory system. While we have talked about what each country might gain, let's also shed light on the India-Australia trade. Recent years have seen remarkable growth in trade between India and Australia. Two-way trade in goods and services has grown from $13.6 billion in 2007 to $24.3 billion in 2020. The Indian government feels that with this deal, the initial size of bilateral trade between India and Australia can go up to around $45 to $50 billion in the next 5 to 6 years.